Night at the Museum. This is an interesting review because I've wanted to talk about these movies as a trilogy on the channel for a long time, but I'm like, why would anybody care? Why would I do that? How would I do that? And then with the announcement of the Disney Plus animated movie coming out December 9th, I figured, well, I'm going to be reviewing that movie anyways. Let's just talk about these movies. So I'm going to be reviewing one of the trilogy every Saturday until basically I'm done with the trilogy, and then I will be reviewing the new Disney Plus movie when that arrives. Uh, December the 9th. Um, so as I mentioned, I'm a pretty big fan of these movies. The reason why is a couple reasons. Um, First of all, I remember seeing all of these except for the first film in theaters when I was a kid. The first one I did not see in theaters because it came out in 2006, and I was born in 2003, so I would have been like four or three. I don't know. So like not like maybe my parents went on a date to go see the movie, but I was so little I wouldn't have remembered. So who knows? But I did watch this movie, the rest of the trilogy in theaters. I loved this third one particularly. I love the second one, and I also am a big fan of Ben Stiller. I mentioned at one point. I think I mentioned this on the channel. I wanted to make film movies. Me and my friend shot Humble Beginnings, which is a short film that we did. That was inspired by the Ben Stiller movie, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I love Zoolander. Big Ben Stiller fan. If I could meet any celebrity in life, just any celebrity, it probably would be Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's been one of my heroes for a while. I love him as a director, a writer, a comedian, all these things. So for me, like Ben Stiller is up there. So, talking about this movie is exciting for that reason, because of my love for Ben Stiller. And, I think what's nice about this movie is the cast. I mean, we're not just talking about Ben Stiller here. We have Owen Wilson, rest in peace, Ron Williams, but he's in this movie. And you get Rami Malek, so many other people. This is before Rami Malek was really big like he is now. Now Rami Malek's like a huge actor. He's a big name. These movies, these movies have really great cast to them, where they embody these characters the way they need to be because they can be serious in their serious scenes. They can be dramatic in their more dramatic scenes. And I think Ben Stiller has great comedic timing to make these like museum creatures and animals coming to life seem a lot less ridiculous because he's just playing it off like a chill normal dude, and so that's fun. I just I the score to these movies is awesome. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's surprisingly really good for the kind of movies these are. These aren't great movies, but it's a really fantastic score. There's a reason that they reuse the themes in the trilogy, and I think that's really neat. And just the fun of these creatures coming to life. The villain of this movie is awesome. He really does a lot within the movie, and it's nice to see that character come back throughout the trilogy. It's also really nice to see um, a lot of great action at that climax. It's a great climax, though I do have some issues with it. And I guess that's really all I have to say that's great about this movie. Let's get into the negatives. The love interest in this movie is just, why did that need to be a part of the movie? She's a very bland character. It's not a major complaint, just doesn't bog down the movie, but it's just space of the movie that just didn't need to be there. Uh, and I think it was probably because around this time, like stuff like Meet the Parents was coming out, but Stiller was kind of more of a romantic comedy guy for a while, and so this was kind of like them trying to give him that. Just didn't work. It was very weak, and also the 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 just ridiculousness of the climax was bad in the sense that it's a great climax, whatever. I think the problem is when you see all these creatures running through New York, people have it on tape, and then for nobody really bring it up or talk about it for the rest of the trilogy, it's like, all right. And I think though I think you could have still had that climax, but what you needed to do is bring less characters into it. It shouldn't be like literally every character leaving the museum. That's a little ridiculous. Like, okay, just like the main ones that we come to know, which is Owen Wilson's character and stuff, and that what was the other guy who plays the I forget. Whatever. The two tiny dudes is what I'm talking about, and then like Rob Williams' character, things like that. You could add all them go and do that, and so that would have been easier to do and make it more believable as the climax. Other than that, it's fine. The dance party ending is just the most generic way to wrap up a kids movie, and it's no different here. It's really bad actually, especially since a lot of that CGI is really dated, and there could have just been a better wrap up for this movie. Uh, you know, and then also this see humor in this trilogy kind of works a little bit towards the third and second ones. This one is at its weakest. You got this big guy going dum dum, give me gum gum. It's like all right, whatever. You got lots of pee and fart jokes and just dumb kids movie humor that just doesn't need to be there. Other than that, I really enjoy this movie, and I think it's cool that this was the setup to all this interesting lore that we get in the second movie and the third movie. Um, it's definitely the weakest of the trilogy, and my dog just opened the door. So, but yeah, I that's all I really got to say. I do still have a lot of fun rewatching this movie, but it is one that does feel a little like early 2000s, and I think the sequels are quite a bit better, but we'll get to that when we get that.